North Korea is stepping up its rhetoric against the United States. The North now says it may seek a new path after Washington imposed fresh sanctions on North Korean companies amid stalled nuclear talks. Pyongyang also says it no longer has any reason to be bound by its commitments to stop testing nuclear bombs and ICBMs. Our Hyeong-woo has more on the North Korean diplomat's remarks at a UN disarmament conference in Geneva just hours ago.
We have already warned that if the United States misjudges our patience, tries to enforce unilateral demand upon us, and persists in imposing sanctions and pressure against my country, we may be compelled to seek a new path for defending our sovereignty and supreme national interests.
During a UN disarmament conference in Geneva on Tuesday, North Korea's representative Ju Yong-chol said Pyongyang's efforts to mend ties with Washington have been met with hostility. He added that the U.S. claims it wants to resume dialogue, but it has no intention to drop its hostile policies toward the regime.
As it became clear now that the U.S. remains unchanged in its ambition to block the development of the DPRK and stifle its political system, we found no reason to be unilaterally bound any longer by the commitment that the other party fails to honor.
The North Korean official did not elaborate on which specific commitments he was referring to, but the U.S. disarmament ambassador called the comments quite concerning.
I'm not sure what the DPRK representative meant by no longer feeling that it's bound by its commitment. It didn't elaborate on it, but my hope is that they're not talking about moving away from that agreement that was reached between President Trump and Chairman Kim in 2018.
The U.S. official said Washington is trying to get Pyongyang back to the negotiating table, as it's, quote, in the best interest of North Korea, the region, and the global community. Since the Hanoi summit between Kim Jong-un and President Trump ended abruptly without any meaningful results in February 2019, denuclearization talks between the two sides have been left in limbo. Hyeong-woo, Arirang News.